Well, hello everyone. I am back much sooner than I expected because our friends over at Horror Night Nightmares gave us a little bit of an Easter surprise with Speculation Map 2.0 just in time for a little Easter egg hunt. So let's talk about these changes. Let's talk about new rumors. Let's jump into it. So over Easter weekend, my good pal Legacy and Horror Night Nightmares came together to put together an Easter egg hunt over on Horror Night Nightmares Discord. And after a lot of riddle solving and putting together Legacy's crazy clues, the community earned an Easter basket in the form of Speculation Map 2.0. A little bit of a fun Easter egg hunt for the community, and we got a reward, so we can't complain. We have a new map to discuss. There's been some interesting rumors swirling around that aren't on this map, plus casting has begun, so that's revealed some interesting new tidbits as well. So let's jump into it. Now, just in case this is the first video of mine that you've ever seen, hi, I am Liz. I am a diehard Halloween Horror Nights Orlando fan. I've been attending the event since 2001. This will be my 22nd year of attending Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, and on this channel I discuss all the news, rumors, speculation, announcements, and then come the fall I vlog from the event. So if you love Halloween Horror Nights, if you love spooky events, click subscribe. It's free and it helps me out. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So first up, let's discuss this map. Now, I'm gonna go around the circle just like I always do, but some things have stayed the same, some have moved around, but it's the same image, and then we have a few brand new items. So let's start at the bottom, go around the circle as always. We are starting with the ship. It's back, nothing has changed there, it's in the same location, it's the same icon. I'm gonna go with this is still Vikings. I haven't heard any other rumors to make me think otherwise. So I'm sticking with Vikings for this ship in Soundstage 23A. Next up in Soundstage 22, we do have a change. Originally, this was the Fallout thumbs up, and now it's a coffin that's inside a wrestling ring. So in the last video, I talked about a potential rumor about a wrestling house that was going around, and it looks like that rumor has made it onto the map. I don't know if this is still based on the Wyatt 6, like early rumors, if this is having to do with WWE lore in general. If you are a WWE person, if you're a WWE fan, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you think could work for a house, because I have never gotten into WWE. I do not know the lore. I am not part of this fandom. So I would love to know more about how that could possibly work, because for me, it seems like a strange pairing. I know that there's a lot of overlap. A lot of horror fans are WWE fans. A lot of WWE stars are horror fans. So I get that connection. I just don't understand how stories from WWE could work as a house. So I need some convincing. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you think this could work. Next up in Soundstage 23B, we have the security camera. This was on the original map, but previously it was over in the Fast and Furious queue. Now it is over in a soundstage, and this one we are pretty sure is meant to be Five Nights at Freddy's. I still think this one has some legs, so that this could possibly be true. Like I said in the last video, I have not played the game, but I have seen the game. I have not seen the movie. So I assume this could work for all the reasons I listed before. Creepy Chuck E. Cheese, creepy animatronics, it works. I don't know how I feel about it taking up a soundstage. I do think that these costumes probably need a soundstage to have that amount of space. It'll probably be more effective as a house in a soundstage than the Fast and Furious queue. But for me, I would rather not see a soundstage used for this particular property, but I know a lot of you guys out there love it, so we'll see. This one seems like it might be actually coming to the event, even if it's not in this location. Moving up, we have the symbol that I struggled to describe last time. It's still there, it's still in the same spot. I still have no idea what this one's going to be. I haven't seen any theories aside from the ones we discussed last time that really jumped out at me as a possibility. In fact, last time I thought maybe this could be the WWE house, but obviously that is not the case considering that got its own icon. So I really don't have any further insights of what this one will be, but I'm assuming this one is going to be an original because it is not listed for both coasts. Moving around to Soundstage 25. Now this one did change. The previous map, it was a magnifying glass with a ghost. Now it's a light bulb with a ghost face. This one could be a whole lot of things. The internet believes, I think it's one of two things. I have seen a lot of people talking about poltergeist because I think poltergeist is a really strong rumor for Hollywood, and this icon is on both maps. So people are assuming maybe this is poltergeist on both coasts. The other big theory I'm seeing is conjuring, which also would be for both coasts. But man, both of these have reasons that they just don't 100% work for me. For poltergeist, you have the reason that we have already had poltergeist at Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. And while they do repeat houses and they do repeat properties, I just can't see them repeating poltergeist this soon. Yes, I know they did American Werewolf in London 2 years with only a year gap in between, but poltergeist is a fan favorite as far as IP houses go, and I just don't see how they could possibly improve upon what they already did without just copying it over. And I don't know, without it being an anniversary year, I just can't see them justifying doing an exact replica house. Could they do a different spin on it? Of course, but I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about this one. I know the internet is talking about it, but I just don't know if that one is a real rumor or just pure speculation. As far as The Conjuring's another property that we almost saw at Halloween Horror Nights. It was almost at the event in 2017, and instead it was replaced by The Hive. For whatever reason, it was similar to Scream, where the property was supposedly on luck. They were building the house, something happened, something fell through, and they had to pivot and turn it into something else. So for Scream, we ended up with The Purge. With Conjuring, we ended up with The Hive. Conjuring is just one of those properties that, for whatever reason, contract-wise, has never made it to Halloween Horror Nights, and I just don't know if it will. I know it's gonna remain a rumor forever because it's one of those big properties that we haven't seen, but once again, I'll believe it when I see it, just like Scream. So I really don't know what this one is. I don't know what they're hinting at. I don't know what it could possibly be. That one's going to remain a mystery for a while longer, but I do think it's an IP based on it being on both coasts. I just don't know yet. So moving on to the Fast and Furious queue, we have the 2 bags that could be like carry sacks or trash bags. Those were originally in one of the other tents. Now they have moved to the Fast and Furious queue, and this is the icon that everyone believes is Terrifier. So the Terrifier rumor has gotten stronger and stronger as time has moved on. I truly feel like of the IPs on this list, this one seems to be getting the most locked in. I'm not saying it's 100% happening, but I do think this one is getting the most traction. Now, location-wise, I don't know if it'll be in Fast and Furious queue. I think it could work there because it's not really a property that relies on having big sets, right? It's gonna be mostly the character-driven story. It's gonna be mostly art and kills, I would imagine, like kill scenes. So that could be absolutely executed in the Fast and Furious queue. I would be fine with that because it wouldn't be wasting a soundstage on something like this, but we don't know. It's too soon. It could move again. It's only April. Terrifier fans, I think you're gonna get your wish. Moving next door to tent 3, we have the same icon as last time. We have the book with the 3 snowflakes. Again, no big change here as far as rumors, no change to the icon, no change to the location. So I don't know if that one's getting completely locked in. Christmas scary tales, something winter based, we're not entirely sure. However, I did mention my pal Legacy at the beginning of this video because he partnered with Horror Night Nightmares to create this little game for everybody. And fun fact, Legacy and I go way back. We have known each other for a very long time. In fact, we've met penguins together. Yes, that's exactly what his face looks like in real life. And he shared some theories, and just saying, these are theories. This is not Legacy coming and giving all of his information, but this is Legacy just kind of, you know, having his own thoughts, because we all have our own opinions and feelings on these things. Even if we get rumors, we create our own ideas. And his thought for this one was Christmas carols. So each scene being based on a different Christmas carol. I love that idea. If that's not this house, they should do that house in the future, because the idea of like walking into a scene and it's Rudolph, and then another scene with Frosty the Snowman, and I don't know, Jingle Bells. There's all sorts of different Christmas carols out there. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities they could make an entire house based off of. And I really want another Christmas horror comedy house, because I feel like those are just some of my absolute favorites. So I love his idea. We'll see. Moving on to tent 4, we have the Fallout thumbs up. It's back. It's just moved over to a tent. Not going to talk about this one very long. I do think this rumor is sticking around. From my perception of the game and the show, it's something that could, I don't even want to say like it can work in a tent, because these brand new tents are massive, right? They're almost like having the parade building still. So I don't want to knock them as if they're getting stuck in a small little tent. So I think there's plenty of potential to do giant sets and whatever is required for these properties in those new tents. But let me know how you feel about Fallout. I think it might be sticking around. The next one is probably my most anticipated based on this new map. We have a radio tower symbol. And while this by itself did not automatically trigger anything for me, the internet has, because there's a very interesting rumor swirling around now. That rumor is that this has to do with Cary, Ohio, that we're going back to the radio station, the TV station that broadcast HR Blood and Guts. Now, I'm not saying that this is an HR Blood and Guts house. I'm just saying we're going back to revisit this news station, potentially a whole other lore and whole other story circled around Cary, Ohio. Sign me up. I will always be here for more Cary, Ohio lore. If you are new to Halloween Horror Nights, Cary, Ohio is an actual place in Ohio. However, A&D from Halloween Horror Nights have turned this town into its own lore-filled, spooky, haunted place where a lot of our favorite characters have either traveled through or were from, originated. It's got a ton of history to it. In fact, I believe I have a video on my channel going through the lore and history of Cary, Ohio. So if you want to learn more about that, you can check out my video. But I am absolutely excited and stoked if we're getting more Cary, Ohio. Give me another original story. I am here for it. Even if it is HR Blood and Guts again, if it's like an origin story, I would love that too, because that's a very interesting character, and the concept of it could definitely go back in time before the events of the previous house. See the origins of his show. I'm here for it. Finally, we have tent 1. This is a slight change to the previous map, which we all thought was Hatchet and Chains. It's still a wanted sign. It's still got chains. I still think this is Hatchet and Chains. I just don't see what else it could be. If it's going to be a Western house, if it's going to have demons, to me that screams Hatchet and Chains from Slaughter Cinema 2 last year. Why wouldn't you connect the two? So I'm sticking with Hatchet and Chains, and if so, I am stoked for it. But if you guys have any different theories, definitely let me know down below. So that's the end of the map. We don't have any scare zones yet. Obviously, it's way too soon. We don't have any more information on shows. However, we have some interesting rumors swirling around that aren't on this map. So first of all, I want to talk about Friday the 13th, because I am still hearing that. I am still hearing that circulating through the rumor mill. I still think there's a potential for seeing Jason and Friday the 13th at this event. It has been a very long time. The last time Jason had a standalone house was in 2007. His last appearance altogether was in 2015 in the Freddy vs. Jason house, but it's been a long time. 2007 is an alarmingly long time ago. So I think it is time for Jason to return. I am sure the powers at B feel the same. I could absolutely see Jason and Friday the 13th back at the event this year. That said, what's missing from this map? Scream. Am I surprised? No, I just don't think that one is going to happen anytime soon. And if it does happen, it better be the original, but I still think we're gonna have to wait a while to see Scream at the event. So unfortunately, Scream seems to be gone and I don't think it's coming back. Now, the other big rumor that's circulating is about casting, because yes, even though it is April, casting for Halloween Horror Nights 34 has already begun. But in addition to the regular casting process, there's been a few tidbits, a few extras, but the really interesting part is that they are casting for roller skaters. Now, why would they need roller skaters? Well, I don't know if you guys remember, but last year, the most popular item sold at Halloween Horror Nights by a landslide was the Mel's Die-In annual pass holder shirt. Every single annual pass holder bought that shirt, I am fairly certain. In fact, I was at Epic Universe the other day and I was reading about this rumor, and there were 3 different people around me at Epic Universe wearing that Mel's Die-In shirt in that moment. I would not be shocked at all if the powers that be saw how well that shirt sold and said, we need to do something with this. So I would love to see a little show in front of Mel's Die-In with some skaters, kind of like the Megans, where it's just a little pop-up show. They do a show right there in front of Mel's with the skates, and it's at random times of the night, so it can draw a quick little crowd, but then the crowd can disperse, and they have the space to do that right there at Mel's. So I think that would be a great addition. I can't see them having a scare zone with roller skaters permanently in them, just because logistically there's so many people in the park that I think it would be dangerous for scare actors to be trying to skate through guests in this era. But having a little show in front of Mel's does seem feasible. So I would love this. I hope this rumor is true, and we will see with time. So that's where we are for rumors as of this April. Now, there's a few things missing so far. We have not received any preview merch. So this time last year, we already had the bright neon orange preview merch for HHN33. We haven't had any of that. It's the end of April. We have not had an official announcement yet. There's no tickets for sale yet. And there's an easy explanation for all of that. Epic Universe. If we're going to get an announcement before Epic opens, I think this week is the week. And even more specifically than this week, I think tomorrow is the day, which will be Thursday, April 24th. If we're going to get an announcement, I think it's going to be then, because otherwise we are just too close to Epic Universe opening for them to muddy the waters with Halloween Horror Nights. There's a very good chance that we get nothing tomorrow, and we are waiting until June before we hear anything for Halloween Horror Nights 34. And that's just the nature of Universal's team opening a brand new theme park. It's not to say that things aren't happening for Halloween Horror Nights, or this is gonna be a year that they forget. It's not to say any of that. It's just marketing wise, they are putting all of their efforts into Epic Universe and opening a brand new theme park, which is amazing, by the way. So I understand it, but I am really glad that it's HHN34 happening this year and not HHN35, because I would hate to have an anniversary year getting this kind of rushed PR job that we're probably going to end up with. I'm sad not to have any preview merch. I'm sad not to get any sort of hint as to what's to come for the season. But I think we're just going to have to be a little patient this year and find out what's happening come June. But think about it. It's going to be a really exciting summer to have announcement after announcement once Epic opens and the floodgates open for Halloween Horror Nights news. At least that's what I'm assuming. So stay patient, stay with me, and hopefully we'll have some more rumors and more news and official announcements coming very soon. So Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, click subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the latest map. And I will see you the next time there's news. Until then, stay safe and stay spooky. Bye.